All right, it's time to go over the new cards from new Capenna, the demon set. What set is this, you may ask? It's the drug set, where they're selling Halo. Not to be confused with Halo the game, but Halo the drug. You may ask, Ollie, how is Halo made? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Did you know all these creatures are demons? Wow, they're demons. Why are they demons? Because apparently Phyrexian tried to invade this stupid plane. And the angels that inhibited this plane were like, oh my god, we must form a union. We must form a union and increase our salary. They formed a union with demons. All right? Like idiots. The angels formed a union with demons. However, the demons are like, you know what? All right, we'll team up with you. And they backstab the angels. And now they bleed the angels dry of their essence. And they grind them to dust and snort the dust. And they threw the Halo or the drug at the Phyrexians. And they stopped the invasion, okay? So now the demons are ruling this place. And imagine that. Imagine that. Demons betray you. Crazy. It's never happened before. Never happened before in history of Magic. Let's go over these cards. These daemons. Rafine, Scheming Seer, 3 mana. Flying, Ward 1. Whenever you attack, target. Whenever you attack. Oh my god. What if I attack? What if I attack my stepbrother? Target attacking creature connives X. Where X is the number of attacking creatures. Draw X cards. Then discard X cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each non-land card discard this way. So it loots whenever it attacks for 1/4. Yeah, no. I think this is like the cheapest one. I think it's pretty trash. But it is Esper. We have the Triumph, so but I'm not really a fan of this one. I guess it's nice because you can crip in 2, I guess. You can play a creature in 2. Turn 3 you can play and attack. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm being too harsh on it because it is only 3 mana. It's not crazy, but it's probably fine. I'll go with fine. Obviously all these are good and all these are good in Commander. Lord Xander, the Collector. 7 mana for a 6/6. When this thing enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half their cards, rounded down. Whenever he attacks, defending player mills half their library, rounded down. Whenever he dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-permanents in control, rounded down. I made a tweet about this earlier. This is the perfect Grixis card because it does everything and somehow nothing. This card is trash. Now hold on. Let me impersonate Twitch or YouTube real quick.
But Ollie, you can play Sorin on turn 3 and then minus and then put this guy into play. It's broken, dude. It's so broken.
All right. Or you can draw this card and not have Sorin out and just lose. Okay. You're playing 3 colors, vampire aggro deck? Like, what? No, just stop. Just stop. Okay? Just stop. Like, sure, you can meme your opponent one time. Oh my god, Sorin, Lord Xander. Ugh. And it's like, all right, sure, you did it. Congrats. But it's not reliable enough. What are these names? Zayatora, the Incinerator, Demon Dragon. The Jund Dragon. Oh my god, Jund fans unite. 6 mana for a flying creature without haste. Why is there no haste? At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. Whenever you do, this creature deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. You make 3 treasure tokens. So you fling something and make 3 treasure tokens. All right, this card is a very, very good commander card. It is trash and standard. Like compare this card to Korvold. Compare this card to Korvold. All right, are we done? Because Korvold's like thousand times better than this card. This card's not gonna see play. Not competitively, in my opinion. I mean, it's cool as like a commander. It's a cat demon. See, like I don't know why they make this creature type redundant. I don't know why it's cat demon. Isn't that the same thing? Aren't all cats demons anyways? Like same type. Naya, creature you control get +1/+0, and have vigilance as long as you control 3 or more creatures. Creature you control get +1/+0 and have trample as long as you control 6 or more creatures. Creature you control get +1/+0 and have double strike as long as you control 9 or more creatures. I mean, this seems fine-ish. It's not great. Like I'm trying to compare it to Winota, like a card that you play on 4 and then like try to win. Obviously, this card is way worse than that card. And that card is kind of broken. This card's fine. It's huge. It's 5/4. You need, I don't know. You need 6 creatures to get +2/+0. I'm not sure. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. It's not crazy. It's a 5/4 though, which is relevant. And then if you ever get like, you have to 6 or more. But the thing is, like, even compare this to, it's worse than the partner card, right? Halana and Elena, partners. And that card, Halana and Elena are what? Red green. And this card's worse than that, right? Maybe you play both, but maybe, I don't know. This card's okay. I'm not excited for it, but it's fine. Oh my god, it's Captain Falco. Falco Spara, Pact Weaver. Flying Trample. It's a bird demon. This is the first time we've seen a bird demon? Alright. Falco in his mouth. God, there's an eyelash in my eye. I'm blind! Falco Spara in his battlefield with a shield counter on it. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast spells from the top of your library by removing a counter from a creature you control, in addition to paying their other costs. Oh, that's cool. I like that. But what does the counter do? What does the counter itself do? Is that all it does? It just, you remove it to like, does the counter itself do anything fancy? Is Totem Armor? Okay, that's actually, okay, that's a lot better. So apparently the shield counter also protects itself. So you have to kill this twice if you're not exiling it. And this card is immune to Vanishing Verse, so you can't just like Vanishing Verse it. I like this one. It's cool. Sight. Also, you can move counters to play cards top of your deck. Seems like fun maybe to play that. I wonder if the counter counts as a modified. Can you play this with Kodama and then attack and then ramp too? You know, Kodama, the whatever tree. That's kind of cool. And then like you play like, you know, the Ranger class to give counters. You can play Swarm Shambler. You can play Jugan defend the temple, which also gives counters. Or you just play a giant Stone Cold Serpent and cast. I don't know. I like this one. I'm a fan of the Falco guy. All right. Oh my god, there's a lot of Planeswalkers here. I have not seen any of these, by the way. This is the first time seeing all these cards. So I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Let's find out. All right. Elspeth, Resplendent. 5 mana for 5 loyalty. +1. Choose up to 1 target creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on. Put a +1/+1 counter and a counter from among flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance on it. Okay. Sure. -3. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with mana value 3 less from among them on the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. And the shield counter is like Totem Armor. Middle clicked, open a new tab. Nope. I'm just gonna do it my way. I'm gonna boomer it. Okay. You can't change me. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. -7, make 5 3/3 white English creature turn with flying. Whatever. Sure. No, I like this card. 5 mana, it can protect itself. Like this card's good. You play 5 mana, you get a creature that protects itself. That protects Elspeth, and that if you move the creature, it comes back. And then the +1, if you do have a board, is kind of ridiculous. So it's giving creatures evasion, lifelink, or vigilance or whatever. So seems good. It's not busted, obviously, but it's definitely a good card. Planeswalkers are pretty good in general. Wiretapping, 5 mana enchantment, Hideaway 5. Oh my god, Hideaway's back. That's from fucking Lorwyn, right? This enchantment enters the battlefield with the top 5 cards of your library and exile 1 in a sneaky manner. Do not let your opponent see it. Secret. Whenever you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. Wow. Whenever you draw a card, draw a card. So you can draw a card while drawing cards. Then, if you have 9 or more cards in your hand, you may play that exiled card without paying its mana cost. That's kind of funny. So it's like a one-sided Howling Mine. It's expensive though. 5 mana is a lot. 5 mana is a lot. It seems really fun, like again, like Commander or something, but I don't know how you're gonna attack with this card and do anything with it. Maybe in a control deck, but like, man, this is just worse. The problem with these cards are they're super cool, and they might have seen some play in the past, but they won't now because realistically, are you gonna play 5 mana for this or 5 mana for a Planeswalker, right? Like, are you gonna play this or are you gonna play Lolth? Are you gonna play this or are you gonna play again? Like these cards are cool and might have seen play as a one-of in control decks in the past, but they don't anymore because Planeswalkers are just better. And Planeswalkers draw you cards, make threats, and have ultimates that like just absurdly win the game. So that card is not good. Obnixilus the Adversary. 3 mana. 3 mana. Alright. Monk S. And 3 loyalty, and has an ability. Casualty X. The copy isn't legendary. The copy isn't legendary, has starting loyalty X. As you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power X. When you do copy this spell, the copy becomes a token. The copy isn't legendary, has starting loyalty X. Okay, so when you play this, you can sacrifice a creature. You get 2 Planeswalkers out. Okay. +1. Each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If you control a demon or a devil, you gain 2 life. Alright. -2. Wait, it's already absurd. You pay 3 mana. You pay 3 mana for two walkers. I haven't even read the rest of the card, but like, even if you sack a 1/1, you get 2 Planeswalkers. Right? I mean it's right? Like, -2, make a 1/1 red devil. Sure. -7, target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. That's absurd. Like, imagine you go turn 1 Gilded Goose or Landwar Elves, and then turn 2 Obnixilus. Sorry, not Gilded Goose, Landwar Elves, or some ramp creature, and then you go turn 2 Obnixilus and just +++++++++. This card is disgusting. It's really good. This card's absurd. And the thing is, like, chat was telling me, Ollie, you're gonna love this card, and here's the issue. I don't love it. You know why? Because it's too good. This card's obviously very, very good. So I'm not gonna enjoy it. Like, I enjoy cards that are like subtly good, but if a card is like running rampant, it's gonna get old real fast. Like, this will be fun for a couple days, but it'll get old fast. Yeah, this card is gonna get alchemized for sure. It's gonna get alchemized, and you know what's crazy? Everyone in chat is saying this card's insane. Every one of you saying this card is insane. I think it is too. Obviously, I haven't played it, but the fact that we're all saying this and the card is being printed is just wild. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're wrong, but I don't think we are. Urbrask, Heretic Praetor. 5 minutes for a 4/4 haste. That's not good. That's whatever. Beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library. You may play it this turn. That's cool. So basically, it's like a Chandra plus every turn or whatever. But it's on a body, which makes it worse. Or Outpost Siege, if you all remember Outpost Siege. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile the top card of their library. Then you play it this turn. Someone is saying this is a combo with Draenith's Magistrate. So you play Draenith's Magistrate, then this. Your opponent can't play. Your opponent has to kill this card. Otherwise, you've made a Yada Gratsu. And let's have more ways to draw cards. Being a 4/4 is kind of scary though, because 4/4 is pretty easy to kill. If it was like a 4/5 or a 3/5, like if you had 5 toughness, it'd be a lot better. 4 is like, I don't know. 4 is very killable, especially in I know a lot of you don't care, but especially in alchemy where like molten impact is the card that is destructive. Yeah, and the problem is like 4 toughness again, like it's just bad spot, because it also dies to the castle, whatever the castle's called. You know, the white castle that you channel deals 4 damage to attack creature. So just make sure to like when you play it, maybe you don't attack with it. But then like kind of like defeats the purpose. I don't know. It's definitely a cool one. But like I don't know where you'd play this over Goldfin Dragon. You know, like at least with Goldfin Dragon, you make a church token, and to kill it, you make another token. It ramps you. This card is fun, but I don't think it's actually competitive. It is, but it's fun to like again, fun commander or brawl thing for sure. Vivian on the hunt. What's she hunting? Sideboard against control? What? Urbrask? No. Maybe you could, but again, like control plays Wandering Emperor too. I think against control you want like a non-creature threat if you're gonna bring something in. Vivian on the hunt, 6 mana for 4 loyalty. That's weak. +2, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus sacrifice creature mana value, put on the battlefield and shuffle. So you have to go up 1. So basically it's Neoform. And you have to hit the one above. Okay. +1, mill 5 cards and put any number. Yeah, Birthing Pod, but people don't remember Birthing Pod. Birthing Pod is like how old is Birthing Pod? No one knows Birthing Pod. And that card is banned. So like, mill 5 cards and put a number of creature cards mill this way into your hand. Okay, this card seems not that great. -1, make a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. I don't know. This card seems like fine. Seems like okay, nothing crazy, unless there's like a lot of like things that die when you pot into them. But 6 mana is a lot. Like 6 mana is like a lot for a planeswalker. This reminds me of like Mordenkainen. So like it's good, but it's not like okay, this card is played. It's not like this card is played in every deck. Like the Wandering Emperor, right? The deck is going to want this. Is going to be a very heavy creature deck, obviously, and that deck will be fine. But it's not like a card that like, okay, I'm playing green. I'd play this card. This is definitely a card that you have to build around, and which I like. I like that you have to build around it, and I like that it's not like busted in half when it comes in play. But yeah, it's also kind of awkward too because like the +2 and the +1 kind of like fight each other a little bit. Like obviously +1 mill 5 cards and put the creatures in your hand is cool. But less like if you're playing Birthing Pod effect or the Neoform effect, you want to have like sometimes like bullets, like one ofs, because you're like, you know, I want to tutor this, and the +1 kind of goes against the milling goes against your toolbox deck. So, which seems kind of like it'd be better if it were revealed instead of milling, but for the ability overall. But yeah, again, a card that's playable in like one deck, but not the whole format. Were you putting it in your deck today? No. Nope. It won't mill or go to hand. It mills everything else though. But like I'm saying, like the idea of Birthing Pod or Neoform is to have those creatures in your deck. So this is better. This is more like this reminds me more of like the Garrick that like the elves used to play. You used to ramp into Garrick +1 and put more elves into its hand. You know what I'm talking about? Like there used to be a 6-mana Garrick that was barely saw play. It was only saw play in that one deck. It was a very weird Garrick. It plussed and like it grew creatures. Garrick Collar Beast maybe? I don't know. Let me see. Is it Garrick Collar Beast? I think you're right. So it reminds me of this one, which is +1 reveal the top. Yeah, +1 reveal the top cards of your library. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest of them. It's literally this card. It's literally this card. God, I'm fucking smart. I'm a genius. It's this card, but reveals instead of mills. This one reveals. And -3, this lets you put a creature card from hand onto the battlefield. The -7, whatever. So this card was literally only playable in like an elf deck. That's it. An elf deck that like had a bunch of mana creatures. So it's easy to cast with mana creatures, right? But that's what I'm saying though. It's only good in that deck. It's good. It's good. It's only good in the mana creature deck. That's literally what I'm saying. Ledger Shredder, 2 mana, 1/3 flyer. When a player casts their second spell each turn, this card connives. Draw a card and discard a card. If this card non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. No evidence, no crime. Oh my god, it's a liar. It's a liar bird. It seems like a bad Dragon Rage channeler. Like, do you play this in your Phoenix deck? I like playing this in like a reanimator deck. Like if we're gonna reanimate, I like having this bird in there because then we can like cast a couple spells here and there, loot, whatever, and reanimate. And then on opponent's turn, if they got 2 spells, we get to loot anyways. Maybe like a weird Merfolk looter, like a reanimator shell. If reanimator is good enough. Cut the Profits, Black X, Casualty 3. As you cast this, wait, what is this art? Are they just like cutting? Are they turning a human to gold? Everybody's worth their weight in gold. That is so weird and creepy. Anyways, Casualty 3. As you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 3 or greater. When you do, copy this spell. You draw X cards, you lose X life. Huh, interesting. The life loss is obviously harsh, but I feel like this is more of a just more of like commander card, or not really standard, because in standard we already have a lot of ways to do this. We have like deadly dispute, like village rights. We have Skullport Merchant, Plumb the Forbidden. This is a bit too costed, and sure, like even if you copy it, you're gonna die. Like If this gained life, if it was like it draws cards, you gain X life, then yes. But losing life is just, can you really afford to copy it? Is a thing, you know? It's not really good. Jaxis, the Troublemaker, 4 mana, legendary creature. For 2/3, you can pay 1 red, tap it, discard a card, create tokens, a copy of another target creature you control. It gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only the sorcery. And there's Blitz. What's Blitz? Blitz is 1 red. If you cast a spell for its Blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Oh. That's interesting. So you can Blitz it. Basically 3 mana, you can copy something. For 3 mana, you can copy a creature. This dies EOT, you draw a card. That creature dies EOT, you draw a card. This card seems pretty interesting. Thankfully, it can copy itself. This seems like combo enabler shenanigans though. It can't copy itself. I know, which is nice. Yeah, this card screams combo somewhere, somehow, but yeah. It needs mana. Well, if you blitz it, so for two mana, it comes into play, right? And 3 mana, you discard a card to clone a creature, and if that creature you clone or copy has an ETB effect, like I don't know, there's a lot of creatures that like draw cards or do something when they come into play. And then that creature dies, you get to then what? Draw a card as well. And this also works with like, you know, a blink effect. If you have like Ephemerate or teleportation circle, you can blitz it, copy something, EOT, blink it so that it doesn't die. It's interesting. Devilish Valet, 3 mana for 1/3 trample haste. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double this creature's power till end of turn. Yeah, this card would be busted at 2 mana. At 3 mana, it reminds me of like all the Phoenix stuff, like Chandra's Phoenix and stuff. Like this card. If your opponent untaps with this card, you're probably just dead. So just be careful. It seems very like combo-esque. So and more niche. So like if they attack with this, you're probably gonna die. It's just, you know, be careful. Seems pretty good with like things like safekeeping or ways to keep it alive, or even armor. If you can give this card like some sort of, like the shield armor thing. Best flavor text. Nobody thought twice about checking the weapons at the door until they were informed there is no weapon check at the door. Oh god. That's funny. You just still have weapons. Broker's Ascendancy. Bant mana enchantment. Beginning of end step, put a puzzle tool counter on each creature you control, and loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. I mean, this card is cool with the Falco card. Like, if you play this with the Lord, this one, sorry, y'all can't see it, but right now, this one, right? You can like remove the counters. You may cast spells from the top of the library by removing a counter from a creature you control. That kind of works. That's kind of cool. And then on top of that, it just grows your creatures. It's interesting. It's kind of slow, but it's definitely interesting. And luckily, thankfully it's weird, but thankfully it's not monocolored. Like being monocolored right now is a bad thing because of Vanishing Verse, and so it's kind of cool. It's also like not bad with like, you know, like wedding announcement. You know, maybe like banned tokens, wedding announcement or type deal. Obviously, you want to play four wedding announcements before you play any of this. But it's still interesting. It's not broken by any means. It's like, but it's definitely an interesting card. It's a fun card, but it's not like, oh my god, this card's busted or anything. But like Luminarch Aspirant giving a counter at EOT instead of combat and historic and alchemy is still good. It's still pretty good. It's still good enough. So this card is like similar to that. Costs more mana, obviously, but definitely a interesting card, and it seems powerful in the right deck. Because you give your whole team that ability. And limited's going to be OP. Yeah, limited's probably going to be insane. And limited, like, this is an anthem that can be like it's glorious anthem that can be 2 glorious anthems or 3 glorious anthems. Long the game goes. These are the best cards in the set. Obviously, these are the best ones. Obviously, I recommend highly picking these up if you play paper or whatever. Like, these cards will always be insane. I wish they had different names. I wish they were called triomes. Because, like, I'm not gonna remember fucking Refine's Tower or Xander's Lounge. Like, Grixis Trium, Bolas Trium, Esper Trium, Jun Trium. Jun is a wrestling ring? Whatever. Alright. The charms. Alright, chat, here we go. Y'all are gonna probably freak out. Obscure Charm. Return target multicolored permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This is absolutely the best ability on this card. Counter target instant sorcery spell, like whatever. This is like a bad negate, 3 mana. I think with 3 mana, we could have said counter target non-creature spell, but whatever, it's fine. And then you can also destroy. It's also eliminate. So 3 mana for eliminate or 3 mana for really bad negate. This card to me seems terrible because the only ability you can use reliably on this card is this mode right here. And yes, Ollie, you can get Kaito back. I understand you get Kaito back. However, you better be playing 4 Kaitos first because you want to cast Kaito on curve. You can't play 4 of these. Like paying 3 mana to eliminate is so inefficient. Obviously you have like modes, but they're all just so inefficient. You can't play too many of these. I'm personally not a fan of this. I like old Esper Charm more. I just don't like. I think this one is definitely overhyped because this is the best mode, and it's the mode you can't really play on turn 3. So yeah, and Kaito is one you want to reanimate as sorcerer. You want to reanimate as sorcerer suite anyways, because you want him to phase out. Because you want him to phase out on your opponent's turn. So if you reanimate if you reanimate Kaito like at instant speed or something, he phases out, phases back in on your turn, and then he's like open to removal and stuff. And that's what makes Kaito so good because he can dodge removal. I'm just not a huge one on this one. This Maestro. Grixis Charm. Choose one. Look top 5 cards of your library, put one of those into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. So like this is like what? Shimmer possibility for 5 mana? Or Saloon Division. It's much more it's like Shimmer. It's speed Shimmer. Each opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. This is a terrible. This is terrible for 3 mana. This card is fight damage to target creature or planeswalker. It's removal, I guess. It's fine. It's okay. At least it's planeswalkers. Like I don't think this one's good. I think this one's better than the Esper one. It digs. Yeah. This one's all right. Maybe you play like 1 or 2 in your Grixis deck. I don't think you play like 4 of these cards. It's not like you don't play 4. You play some number. Yeah, this one's passable for sure. Rivetier's Charm, the Jund Charm. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest value among creatures and planeswalkers. Okay, reading this first ability makes this card already good because we are paying 3 mana for Soul Shatter, and Soul Shatter is already playable. So everything else is going to be gravy. So exile top 2 cards of your library. Till your next end step, you may play those cards. Excellent. So I can exile target player's graveyard. This is the best charm I've seen so far. Out of the 3 we've seen, this is my favorite, the best charm that I've seen. However, the problem with this charm is the colors it's in. Usually the charms are better in blue colors, but regardless, this is the best one I've seen out of all of them. Naya Charm. This Naya Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, target creature or planeswalker. Sure, man, that seems not good. Creature you control get +1/+1 trampled in a turn. It's like mini overrun. Make 2/1/1. Man, this one seems really bad too. Like, so 3 mana for Raise the Alarm, and Raise the Alarm already is very niche. 3 mana to what? Like, don't we have this as a land too? Kyberia Takedown, or a bad or like, no, I'm not a fan of this one. This one's really bad. Like, I'm not a fan of this one at all. Just play the Lord, right? Or something. This one's not good. Broker's Charm, the Bant one. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power. Target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. So like, it's like Blizzard Brawl. Whatever, a fight card. It's not a fight. It's better than a fight card. Yeah, Rabid Bite with +1, which isn't bad. Just destroy target enchantment. Sure. And draw 2 cards. And this is the reason this card is going to be playable, is because as this ability. Because as this ability, it's going to be playable. It's like 3 mana. People love their instant speed divinations. So this is the best mode, and then having everything else is nice. The enchantment part is actually kind of relevant because there's so many stupid enchantments in this format right now that destroying enchantment is relevant. You really want to abuse. You really want to have. You don't really play 4, but you really want to be able to use this mode too. excuse me, this mode 2 if possible. But it's still decent. It's still pretty good. The Jund one is still my favorite, and I think the strongest one of all of them. All right. What do these cards do? Nimble Larcenist, Esper, 2/1. Holy fuck! This thing dies to Spikefield Hazard. When this thing enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact, instant choice your card from. Okay, that's why. That's why. That's much better. Okay. All right, that's fine. This card's actually fine. This card's good. I thought it was gonna be terrible, but that ability is actually pretty good. Yeah. Like, yeah, if they Spikefield this, sure, whatever. You also stole a card. This card's also an excellent sideboard card too. That's probably we'll see more play, but it's a very solid card. Teleportation Circle intensifies. A little chat. Instant. Casualty 1. As you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do copy the spell, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the other into your bottom of your library. That's cool. This card like turbo mills you if you're playing in Historic with like Stitcher Supplier or something. Obviously it's niche, but it's still pretty good. You don't make a treasure token like with Deadly Dispute, but this card's definitely good, and you'll see play. It will see play. Rumor Gatherer. 3 mana for 2/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield you control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability triggered, has brought this turn, draw a card. Eh. No, this card's not good enough. Just play welcoming vampire. If you want this ability. That's better than this one. Disciplined Duelist, Bant, 2/1 first double strike. Spikefield Hazard intensifies. This thing enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Okay, never mind. I'll take it back. This thing in the battlefield with a shield counter on it if it would be dealt damage or destroyed. Alright. Mehook intensifies. Mehook's even better now. Nice shield counters, bro. Light them up. This isn't a spell already. So, Casualty 2, sacrifice creature with power 2 or more. Light them up deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So 2 mana shock that you can copy. Eh. And it's sorcery speed. It's not even instant speed. Like, no, this card is trash. Halo Fountain. An offer you can't. I like these names. They're very dark. Oh god. Halo Fountain. Remember, this is Angel Dust. This is the crack cocaine of this plane. 3 mana artifact, 2 and a white. Play white to tap it. Untap a tap creature you control. Make a 1/1 green-white citizen creature token. Pay 2 mana. Untap 2 tap creature you control. Draw a card. Pay 5 white. Tap 15. Tap 15. Whoa. Untap 15 tap creatures you control. You win the game. So we're playing Screw Swarm. It's like, all right, sure, I guess. These abilities are actually good. This one's like whatever. Sure, you have this option, right? But like in reality, these are pretty good. 2 mana, draw a card. Isn't terrible. It's a grind though. Like you really had to build it on this card because it's good for grinding. And we know it grinds a lot, don't we? Those black-white decks grind a lot. I don't know. It's really slow. It's really, really slow. But if the game goes like 20 turns, then it's good. But you need a lot of turns for this card to be good. This plus Paradise Druid and Historic. So. Paradise Druid. Doesn't untap a Snowland? Untap a tap creature control. Okay. So you tap the Paradise Druid, make white. Tap this, untap Druid, make a token. That's it. It's not infinite. This taps. You tap this to make the untap the Druid. How are you untapping this one? Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, no, you're not dumb. That'd be insane. If you just untap a mana creature and you win the game, that'd be ridiculous. I mean, okay, this like if you don't this does work with Intruder Alarm. So if you're playing like Commander or something, you can play Intruder Alarm, and that works with that, right? That makes infinite. Like if you have Paradise Druid. So if you have Paradise Druid in that card and an Intruder Alarm, or any mana creature, it says whenever a creature enters the battlefield on the battlefield, untap all creatures. You do it that way. Seth brought up the 4-mana Tez with this. Apparently that works. What works? What does Tez do again? He animates. Makes it a creature. Okay. So for every white mana available, you get to make a 1/1. It's not bad, I guess. Maybe blue white artifacts. It's interesting. Whatever. It doesn't seem broken. It's cool that it exists. Like, if we can spend, you know, if we can spend 10 minutes on a card like this, then, you know, and we know it's not broken, but it's interesting. That's the magic card. That's the magic card right there. An offer you can't refuse. This fucking counter target non-creature spell. Its controller creates two treasure tokens. Elspeth wanted answers. Xander needed a spy. Their paths were destined to cross. This is like a different take on Swansong. Swansong gave your opponent a bird. I mean, it's pretty powerful. You can count your own spells? Sure. Yes, you can count your own spells. You can count your own spells. I feel like treasures are more valuable than birds, so. You can pay 2 mana and counter it, make 2 treasure tokens. I don't think that's what you want to do. I don't think the plan is to play, opt, or consider, and then counter your own spell so that you make 2 treasure tokens. I don't think that's the plan. The fact that's an option is kind of nice, but I don't think that's the plan. That card's a combo card. Like, you want to cast that card when it's best in a combo deck when like the treasures don't matter. You're gonna win. Or if you have like something like Yashar out. You have Yashar out, you're like, here, have these treasures. I don't care because Yashar says you can't stack them anyways. Incriminate. Choose two creatures controlled by the same player. That player sacrifices one of them. This card's terrible. I mean, I no, it's not even the Devil's Edict. Because that one is instant speed. Oh, I don't know. This card's fucking bad. If I were you, I'd check that elf's coat. I saw him slipping something into his pocket just before you arrived. Wow. Strangle. Sorcery. This deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Oh, so it's Frostbite. A sorcery speed. This card seems pretty powerful. Depending on what aggro deck forms, Strangle seems decent. Sorcery speed is slow, but 3 is a lot more than 2 or whatever. I referred to Magic. Is it Dragon still viable in standard meta? Yes. It is. No, it's Dragon's Goldspan Dragon is legal in standard. You can play Goldspan Dragon. Is it nonsense? Or Just Guy, if you want. Regardless, Goldspan Dragon is still very playable in standard. But other dragons, no. You're not really playing Galseth. Like, you can play like Goldspan Dragon and Hinata, the Just Guy one. What about Smoldering Egg? I mean, yeah, if you build your deck correct, like, I feel like if you're playing Izzet, just play Goldspan Dragon, play Expressive Iteration, then play whatever you want. It's gonna be good just because of Expressive Iteration and Goldspan. It's gonna be like playable. You don't have Epiphany anymore, but if you had like white, you can play you can play the new Hinata card, which I think is really good. Like the new combo now is Hinata, Dawn Crowned, and Magma Opus, because she makes Magma Opus cost 2 mana instead of 8. Alchemist Gambit. I mean, if you play Gambit, I wouldn't play more than one. It's like a miser. You play one. Gala Greeters. One. Okay, so it's 1/1 for 2. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under control, choose one that has been chosen this turn. Put a counter on this card. Make a tapped treasure token. You gain 2 life. Oh yeah, cool. It's like a prosperous innkeeper. You get to do stuff with. It's a rare prosperous innkeeper. Treasures being tapped is kind of awkward, but I mean, I get it. Oh my god, it's a mysterious limousine. Getaway car. These names are funny. 5 mana for Artifact Vehicle. It's the Batmobile. Crew 2. Whenever this thing enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one other. Exile up to. Wow. Whenever Mysterious Limousine enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one other target creature until this leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exiled with Limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control. 5 mana is too much, I think. Like, I like it. Like, you can like exile your own creatures too, but I think this needs to be 4 mana to be like playable. 5 is a lot. It's an Oblivion Ring essentially, and only exiles creatures. That's a lot. 5 mana is a lot. 4 is, I think, pushing it, and 4 is playable. I think 5 is not playable. Murder! Nick's list decided the fastest way to seize control of New Capenna would be to usurp the networks of power already hidden there. Xander's Maestros were the first to fall. Wow. Unplayable trash. Courier's Briefcase. 2 mana, green. When Courier's Briefcase is the battlefield, make a 1/1 citizen. Sacrifice this card, add 1 mana of any color. Oh, it's a treasure. It's a treasure. Wooburg, sacrifice this card, draw 3 cards. Wait, he's the lore and unplayable? Sure did. Sure did. So this is like a prosperous innkeeper without the life gain. You trade the life gain for this ability. Obviously, you gotta be playing 5 colors. It reminds me of Path to the World Tree, which seasonal play. Because 5 colors is, I mean, 5 colors might be easier now because of fucking the tri-lands, but still, I like Path to the World Tree more than this card, anyways. Not a fan of this one. If I was gonna play one of those cards, I'd play Path to the World Tree. Because Path is a lot does a lot more. It makes a bear, it kills a creature, it draws a couple cards. Getaway Car. Oh, I love the art on this card. 3 mana artifact, haste. 4/3 haste. Whenever this thing attacks or blocks, return up to 1 target creature that created this turn to its owner's hand. That's cool. That's good lore. For those who need to make a quick departure without attracting undue attention. I mean, this card's annoying, and it's also pretty good. Especially if you're bouncing like something like Innkeeper or something that, or Thraben Inspector. Like you play the Thraben Inspector, make a treasure, crew this, attack, play Inspector, make another treasure, or whatever, or a rat card. Rat card that makes him discard a card, right? There's plenty of 2 mana cards that do that, right? Or Elite Spellbinder. Obviously, the more the creature costs, the worse it is. You want to keep it low. Or even like bouncing like a Bloodthirsty Adversary, you know, or Cryptstalker Connoisseur, or bouncing a flipped. A lot of the stuff now that transforms into enchantments, it turns into creatures. Like bouncing Kikijiki if you need to for more cards or whatever. So it's interesting. And haste is relevant. Having haste is relevant because It's very good versus Wrath. 3 mana. I mean, this card has to be this card has to be 3 mana to be playable, but in Alchemy 3 mana is a rough spot to be in because 3 mana is Divine Purge. Chrome Cat, 3 mana, 3/2. It's unplayable. I always say if it's breathing, it's lying. Luckily, my friend here doesn't either. Lord Xander. Lord Xander! What are these? And buff a tapped, add white or blue. Sacrifice, draw a card. That's cool. They gave us like. Are these common? Is that symbol common or uncommon? If it's common, isn't it like good in Pauper? So aren't these like really good in Pauper format? At least they are common. I mean, yeah. At least they give people something, I guess. These are like these are like a step in the right direction, because usually we have these effects and they're like snow or whatever. They're like, I don't know. This is a step in the right direction. They're common, but you know, obviously, if you're playing these instead of playing like the triomes, then you know, it's still very, very far behind.